Hola, hola, hola. Hey, y'all. Welcome into Tommy Bites TV Homestead. Y'all, it is raining. It's been raining all day. Hence, I have a hat on. I just came in the house with this story. Somebody in the comments told me they sent me an email. I went straight to the email for the breaking news. And while I'm looking at that news, and I'm driving, of course, I was looking at the news. I know I shouldn't have. But anyway, I get here to do this story and I find out there's a whole shooting that has taken place at a Target. So usually we're talking about Walmart and stabbings and shootings and fights and all that other stuff. Target getting some action too, y'all. You can't go nowhere anymore. Jesus Christ, what is going on? Let's pray for America that we get in a better place. So what's happening right now is, and how y'all doing? I'm sorry. How y'all doing? I'm just trying to jump straight into it because I did not plan this live right here. I'm supposed to be working on something else. But hey, how y'all doing? Yeah, things are so crazy now, Justin. Hey, welcome in to all of you. Hey, Anita, let me greet some people before we get into it. Hey, Sabrina, how are you today? P. Holland, good to see you. Nicole and Deb. Hey, making it make sense. Child, none of it makes sense. Oh my God, none of it makes sense. Hey, Shatika, how are you? Blessings and good evening to you as well. I'm actually supposed to be making me some salmon patties, but I'm in here. I got to get this news out. Yeah, it can get exhausting. That's why we definitely got to keep God first. We got to pray for other people, not just your family, because so many people going through stuff. And not being able to process it, deal with it, and then they end up taking it out on innocent people. I don't know what happened with the Target situation. I'm just seeing it and I'm just like, okay, let me just add that in the title. We're going to find out about it together. And then you have the plant that had the explosion, and they actually have people that are trapped under the rubble and trying to rescue those people. Hey, you learn with Robert. How are you today? Thank you for being a member. I see you in green. I appreciate you for being a member. It does help support the channel, as well as y'all watching and hitting the like button. Hey, Lulu, what's up? How are you? People drive crazy than ever and always angry. I know. I just saw a video, people fighting in New York. Where was it? In Brooklyn or somewhere, or Bronx or wherever. They were fighting. 3 people jumped one girl over a parking spot. Oh my God. What is wrong with people? Hey, Samantha Taylor, how are you? Are you my family? I have someone in my family, Samantha Taylor. Lori Ann is in here and P. Holland. Okay, so let's get into it so we're not here all day, because I'm pretty sure by the time I get off of here, it'll be something else, and I just won't be doing it as a live unless it's really, really serious. I will just do it as a regular video. I'm getting to it, the finisher. Finisher's like, get to it, girl. Okay, so the first story here is about the explosion, and she's going to tell you about it. I'll probably break in because I don't want to just take their news without doing like a reaction to it or whatever. So let's see what's happening.
This live look with you. This is a live look there at the scene where there was an explosion at a U.S. steel plant in that community. Scanner traffic and authorities describing this as a mass casualty incident with multiple injuries. And you can see from this live look right here in the distance, a number of ambulances and patrol cars. We've seen dozens of patrol cars, ambulances, and fire trucks responding to this area right here. This is in Clariton, Pennsylvania. This is a short distance away from Pittsburgh, but this is specifically the community of Clariton. And we are getting a little bit more information that I did want to share with you. So this was an explosion that happened today at a U.S. steel coking plant near Pittsburgh in the community of Clariton, Pennsylvania. This has, according to the Associated Press, left people trapped in the rubble. And we do have a little bit more information right here. Emergency workers are currently on site trying to rescue these trapped people in the rubble. As of now, there are no confirmed fatalities at the Clariton Coke Works plant. That is according to the director of communications at Allegheny County. The Allegheny County Emergency Services said a fire at the plant started at around 10:51 a.m. Eastern Time. It also said that it transported 5 people, but the agency did not provide any more information on those people transported. All they would say is that this is currently an active scene. The Clariton Coke Works, that is where that explosion happened. It is an industrial facility along one of the rivers south of Pittsburgh. It is considered to be the largest coking operation in North America. So this is a live look right here from the scene. But I also wanted to share some video from moments ago, and you could actually see plumes of smoke there in the distance. I wanted to play that out for you right now. And take a look at this. This is from moments ago. You can see some of the smoke right there from one of the plants right there. It's, you know, whether this is part of the explosion or not, that is yet to be determined. But we did want to share this with you, as this does appear to be the steel plant in focus, as you can see it from the distance. Folks being told to stay away, as you can imagine, still a very active scene. Very dangerous scene, as we now know that several people are trapped inside the rubble at this plant following that explosion. And happening right now, emergency workers are on site trying to rescue them. So the photographer on the scene has continued to focus on this specific area. So again, this seems to be the area of interest in this scene. We have seen, and you can see from this video taken moments ago, just how many patrol cars are there. In the distance beyond that, you can see dozens of law enforcement officers walking around. They are speaking with people, and they are asking the public to stay away from this area, as it does remain an active investigation. But take a look right there beyond the railroad crossings. You can see dozens of law enforcement officers there, talking on the phone. You can also see the flashing lights, and we've seen ambulances arriving at this area as well. Traffic being directed away from this area, as you can imagine, just still very dangerous, as we are now understanding that people are trapped beneath rubble following an explosion at this U.S. steel plant in Pennsylvania. And I did want to share the very latest information. This is from the Allegheny County Police Department issuing an alert saying that police are responding alongside multiple other agencies to U.S. Steel Clariton Coke Works following the report of an explosion. Multiple injuries have been reported. More information to follow. At this point in time, we don't have any information as to when authorities might be providing more details, but we do know that this facility is considered the largest coking operation in North America. Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro also responding with.
Okay, so let's fast forward a little bit, because she does explain what coking is, because I had absolutely no idea what she was talking about earlier when I watched it. Okay, that's the mayor. He's just talking about how he had helped some people get a job there. Now he's scared that he might have helped someone get a job, because it pays a lot in there, doing what they do with the coal. Okay, let's see right here, because we got to get over to the Target shooting. Let me skip this.
Why doesn't everyone between 45 and 65 claim the $250,000?
Online. Live in Clariton, Chris Hoffman, KDKA-TV News.
Why doesn't everyone between 45 and 65 claim the $250,000?
All right, we do thank KDKA for that report as we take a live look here at the scene, and we're learning a little bit more information as we were just hearing from the mayor there of Clariton, Pennsylvania, saying that all of this appears to have happened in a reversing room. That's according to the mayor. In that interview, he mentioned that 2 batteries are down. This is at a U.S. steel plant. Specifically, this is a coking plant. And if you're not familiar with what a coking plant is, it is an industrial facility where coal is processed to produce coke, which is a fuel and feedstock used in steel making and other industrial processes. So that is what this steel plant is focused on right there. As you can actually see some firefighters walking there down the street, and we continue to follow the very latest. If you're just joining us at this hour, I did want to provide a brief recap as we are continuing to follow breaking news out of Clariton, Pennsylvania. What is being described as a mass casualty incident after an explosion earlier today at this U.S. Steel plant. This is in Clariton. There was an explosion at the U.S. Steel coking plant near Pittsburgh. It has left people trapped underneath the rubble. That is according to the Associated Press. Right now, at this hour, emergency workers are on site trying to rescue those people who are currently trapped underneath the rubble. So we are taking a live look at the scene as we continue to see law enforcement agencies and officers arriving there. Earlier, we did see an ambulance there at the scene. Share this from moments ago, and you can see the plumes of smoke right there coming from what appears to be the plant right there. This is the Clariton Coke Works plant. This is a massive industrial facility along a river south of Pittsburgh, and it is considered the largest coking operation in North America. We were hearing from the mayor saying that they do.
Why are these things always so close to rivers? You ever notice that? And like when there are train derailments and stuff like that, when I just had, like, you remember that year where I was just doing nothing but train derailments, like back to back to back, and plant explosions, and they were always derailed near creeks and rivers and chemical spills and stuff like that. Okay, so let's go over to the what is it? Target. The Target shooting. Hold on. I'm gonna pull it up. I don't know what happened with that. But 2 people are dead. Okay, so give me 1 second. This is it. No, that's a different story I was supposed to be working on. Jesus. Okay. I think this is in Texas. Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna give you the news story, like read it a little bit, and then we're gonna get into the video. So 2 people are dead following a shooting at the Target in Austin. Am I sharing? Because you know I forget to share. Okay. A suspect has been detained. Austin Travis County EMS said earlier there were 4 victims. The circumstances surrounding the shootings were not immediately clear. They're never clear. People just do stuff. Jesus, that looked like
this is Liberation Day in DC, and we're
Liberation Day, Trump. Okay, we already did that. Okay, so let's go over to the video of it. Because they really didn't have any information in that story. That's crazy. So let's look at the video. Oh, I got take it back because I was watching. Well, and then I was like, let me just put it into my story. Hold on for 1 second. Okay, first of all, I want to apologize for taking a phone call while I'm doing the story, but that was my husband, so I have to take a phone call because I never know if he's sick, he's okay or whatever. But anyway, he's almost home, so I definitely got to get through this story because I got to go pick him up from the truck stop. And then I got all these different alerts coming on my phone. Hold on, let's start this back up. Let me fast forward it because she's trying to get herself together. Wait, is she together right here?
I see Austin fire. Well, Quita, we have just arrived here just a few minutes ago at this target here on 8601 Research Boulevard. And as you can see right behind me, there is quite a large law enforcement presence. I've seen at least 4 EMS trucks. I see several police cars. I see Austin Fire. Now, this is the closest that we can go. They advise us that we strictly stay here close to the bushes. But here's what we know so far about this shooting incident. What we know is that the suspect, as you mentioned earlier, is still at large. The suspect is described as a male who is possibly wearing khaki shorts, a Hawaiian and floral shirt. They're asking the public do not approach, and we see a lot of witnesses here from nearby businesses just wondering and watching what is going on. But as I said, this is the closest that they can go. From what we also know so far, what EMS has told us on social media, there are 4 patients involved. As I mentioned earlier, this is all very preliminary, and we are just finding out more information as it unfolds. I am constantly talking in to law enforcement to keep us updated on some information, but I want to toss it back to you once we have more information. Stay safe if you're around this area, but we are live on Research Boulevard. Isabella Basco for KB News.
Wait, what? That's all y'all got? Hold on, let me fast forward.
It's a screen grab to
Okay, here we go.
investigation at this time is, of course, the first priority is to try to find the gunman. We don't yet know, and authorities are still trying to piece together the exact type of weapon that was used. I can also tell you that the highest levels of the Austin Police Department, including the police chief, have arrived at the scene. They are trying to assess the situation as well. Again, one of the things that they are also trying to do is gather instantly security video from inside the store. That will be a key piece of this investigation. I say inside the store, but also outside the store as well. And we can anticipate that as quickly as they can identify that gunman in those videos, that they will likely release at least a screen grab to the public to help identify the shooter as well. That is, of course, tantamount to this investigation at this time to get that person into custody, considering them, and they are asking the public at this time to consider them armed and dangerous. I'm actually going to step away. I'm
Right, you're getting a call right now to get some
Yeah,
information.
exactly.
We're showing, if we can go back to the live pictures and just show you, Quita and Tony both mentioned just how busy this area may be at this time of day in the middle of a Monday. And these live pictures show that parking lot full of cars, a lot of commotion right there. And in the area where this has happened on Olin and 183, you can probably expect some congestion if you're driving or you know someone who's driving in that area, as police have been cordoning off as they try to find the suspect and also attend to those who have been injured.
Exactly. And again, we want to break it all down into what we know and what we don't know right now. Right now, we do know that there was a shooting at this particular target at Olin and 183. You can see from the video we have right now, the live shot we have right now, a very large police presence. EMS is there as well. A number of people have been shot. We are hearing reports that there could be as many as 2 people that are deceased at this time. And the suspect, a white male wearing khaki shorts, a Hawaiian or floral shirt. And they say if you do see this man, do not approach him.
You just call 911. Let police.
Now he rolled up into the not the Walmart, into the Target, the Target, wearing khaki pants like they wear, and shooting up the store. And you know people in there with their families, and it's back to school time. Come on now. What is going on with people?
Police know where you're seeing them so they can pinpoint where he is. Our Tony Plahetsky just returned to the desk here with us, just fresh off the phone. Tony, have you learned any extra information?
I have. I have received confirmation. This is coming from the police chief herself. Austin Police Chief Lisa Davis is confirming that that suspect is now in custody. So that is certainly some good news from the Austin Police Department coming from the police chief. Again, confirmation that this gunman is now in custody. I was not able to get a lot of details about how and where that happened exactly, but she did say that officers have done superior work just within the last few minutes, locating this gunman and taking him into custody. Just in a very brief conversation we had too, as you can imagine, there's a lot happening in this very dynamic scene. So this was a very brief conversation. But what law enforcement is also confirming is, again, we reported this earlier, there are 2 deceased people at this scene. There are 3 or more, anywhere from 3 to 5 people shot. But it is my understanding that one of those is also a child. A child survivor has been shot. And it's not.
I'm sorry. I got chills. I don't know about y'all. I got chills. I hate anybody being injured like that, but especially somebody so innocent. Like, how does that affect their mental? You have grown people that can't deal with things that happen, and you have a child that's going to have to live with this for the rest of their life.
Entirely clear whether or not this was random or not. Another piece of information that we were able to learn is that apparently in the Target parking lot, this gunman was able to carjack a car and flee at least some distance before police officers were able to find that person and stop him and arrest him.
And of course, a couple of questions after that as the person who owned the car, is that person okay, or one of the victims involved in this shooting? And also the attention turns to those who have been hurt in that parking lot, getting them to the hospital, getting medical care for them.
Exactly. And some of.
Okay, so to stop it right there, let's just get on it, because it's coming up on holiday season. Not that we need holiday season for people to do weird things. Women, and yes, men too, but especially my women, when you're out and about, don't lollygag when you're getting in your car. Now, if you have your kids, that's one thing. You got to deal with that. Play a game with them. Let the game be where, hey, I spy with my little eye, so they'll be keeping track that there's somebody walking up on you, and maybe your back is to, you're facing them, but your back is to the perpetrator or the potential perpetrator. So that way, somebody's coming up on you. But when you get in your vehicle, If your car doesn't automatically lock, go ahead and lock your vehicle. When you are parking your car, make sure if it's at night, make sure it's in a well-lit area. Don't park so far away if you can help it, and let people know where you are, okay? Just be vigilant as you can be with staying alert. And I know I'm guilty of being on my phone, because if I get something, I'm like this right here, but I'm also looking around as well. But even people who are on their P's and Q's can still find themselves in situations where, they didn't expect for something to take place. So let's be careful. Let's be safe. I just thought I'd say that in there as a PSA.
Them were continuing to be treated according to Austin Travis County EMS officials were continuing to work on some of the victims en route to the hospital as well. But again, tragically, we now know that at least two people have been pronounced deceased as a result of this attack.
I just noticed in this title here, they changed their title. It was 2 when I originally clicked on here. They now say 3 dead, suspect arrested in shooting. So they have updated their title to 3 people now deceased.
A word to our viewers out there, this is an area you may want to avoid, as it is now a crime scene, and police will be processing that for the next several hours, we are sure.
And because I know the area was extremely busy right now at this time when the shooting actually happened. Families, parents, children, back to school shopping at this Target. So you will want to avoid this area. You can see police, a number of police, a very large police presence and EMS on the scene at that Target at 1 and 83 and Olin right now, processing the scene, looking for more information, speaking to witnesses, and helping out the victims.
When we came on air, we were told that a suspect was still at large. Our Tony Plahetsky has been in contact with the chief of the Austin Police Department and gave us a relief of an update that we know now that person has been taken into custody and is no longer a threat to the public. That is some good news we're able to share with you.
Definitely good news. Now, apparently, from what Tony has told us and what the chief told him, the suspect was taken into custody after carjacking a car, I believe, from that Target parking lot and getting quite a distance away before being caught by police. So what we don't know right now, where he was apprehended, we don't know a motive for this shooting. Still so many questions that need to be answered.
Yeah, like, did he work there? Was he dating somebody there? Was this a domestic thing? What was it?
And I know Austin police are going to be speaking about this later on today.
As they try to piece together all of the information. Again, authorities also, it is possible that they could also seek additional law enforcement resources from the FBI, which could possibly become involved in this as they try to piece together what sort of motivation may have been behind the attack as well. That is one thing that they are trying to understand at this time. But again, tragically, we know at least 2 people, according to both law enforcement and Austin Travis County EMS, have been confirmed deceased. We also know that a child was also shot as a result of all of this as well. And again, officials trying to, number one, learn everything they can about the suspect at this time, including that person's identity. And in addition to that, learn as much as they can as well about the victims, including, tragically, notifying the families of the 2 victims who have died as a result of this gunfire.
And Tony, let me ask you really quickly, in your talks with the chief of the police department and your sources at APD, have they said whether or not this arrest came without incident or if there was a confrontation?
That's unclear. Again, just working off very preliminary and very...
Basically, we're going to have to wait for the press conference to find out.
Our own Tony Plahetsky letting us know that there are 2 casualties, 2 deaths in this situation, but we don't know how many people have been shot in total. We do understand a child is among the victims, although it is unclear if the child has survived or if the child is among the deceased.
it is my understanding that the child victim is a survivor at this
Thank
time.
goodness.
That is my
That's good to
understanding.
hear.
Yeah.
That's good. We also understand that the roads around this target at Olin and 183 are blocked. Our Darrenisha Heron has been tracking social media and letting us know. To clear the parking lot for innocent bystanders that may need to get away from that area.
That's a great question. I haven't seen any shoppers leaving the Target. So I haven't heard anything from police. Right now, they're staying pretty tight-lipped here on the scene but I do see some people outside the Target who might, and it looks like one of them is an employee because they have a name tag. So what I'm sure is happening is that they're keeping things, they're keeping the investigation pretty active by keeping people who might have been at the Target inside within their watch to get any information or get any questions answered. As you see here, there are a lot of cars here, probably people back to school shopping, getting their groceries at the beginning of the week, things like that. So I haven't seen anyone exit that Target. So it's a pretty safe assumption, or it's a pretty safe bet to say that many are still in close proximity with law enforcement, or law enforcement is keeping tabs on them to see if they can get any questions answered.
Lot. And so that was something that they were able to rely upon as well. A description about what the suspect looked like, a description about the kind and make of car that he may be in as well. All of that aided, according to law enforcement, in their ability to swiftly move to track him down and take him into custody without further carnage or bloodshed.
And Tony, I know you were telling us earlier about the number of people who had been shot and the number of people who succumbed to their injuries.
And what we've been able to confirm both via law enforcement and Austin police is that there are 2 deceased victims from this shooting. In addition to that, the number of people who have been injured has moved.
I'm repeating. Let me go down and see if they got any new.
The Target at Olin and 183 happened at around 2:45 this afternoon. Apparently, between 3 and 5 people were injured, were hurt, including a child. 2 people have been pronounced dead at that scene.
Yeah, we've been on the air with you for about 50 minutes at this point. Got in there as soon as we could, right after with the crew on scene there. And we have learned that in that time, the suspect who may have been responsible for this had fled the scene after a carjacking. Police arrested that man a short time later.
Presumably in that car.
Presumably in the car. He was apprehended. Police let us know that the threat to the public was over. And now they're tending to the victims there. Again, we are awaiting a news conference from the Austin Police Department to give us more specifics about numbers, times, what.
And you know, when something happens to you, like this person who had their car jacked by this individual, honestly, you don't even want that vehicle anymore. You just feel so violated. You're thankful that you're okay, but you feel so violated. Now, my car years ago broke down. I was living in South Carolina. It broke down at the football field after a practice. And I left it there and then went back a couple of days later with my husband to get the car. Somebody had done broken the car, went through the glove box that's, you know, on the passenger side, the one that's in between the seat. And I just felt so violated in that moment. At that, I didn't even want the car because somebody had been through it. You know what I'm saying? Touching your stuff. You didn't ask anybody to go in your car. It's not like you take your car to the car wash and you get out and somebody go clean it. That's permission. But somebody violating you in I don't know. I can't even explain it. I just didn't even want the car anymore.
Shell casings under a car, even potentially if the person arrived via car, fingerprints in the area as well. So all of that, of course, is a part.
I'm gonna keep y'all updated. They don't have any new information, so I'll try to look later on to see if they did a press conference, and then I'll do that in a shorts or something to let y'all know what's going on with the people. Are they okay? You know. But thank y'all for coming in. I appreciate it. I gotta go, and y'all take care. Stay safe, because I don't know where things are right now in this world we're living in, but we got to keep on living. We got to keep on surviving. We can't live in fear. We can't hide in our houses. We have to go out, so just be safe when you do. Thanks for being here. If you didn't hit the like, please hit the like, share, comment. All those things help the channel grow, support, get out to more people. Tells YouTube you want more people to see this channel. And I appreciate each of you for being here.